to them, and let's let go of all those kind of things that weigh us down, all those worries, all those lights that we got stopped at, all the ruckus of the regular week. One more nice deep breath. What a blessing it is to have everyone here tonight at Shir Shalom to start our Labor Day weekend. It really is wonderful. I have Harvey Horowitz here and Nick Stelter. Nick, by the way, is getting married next week. So we say Mazel Tov, if that's okay. He's going to the Adirondacks and having a wonderful wedding. We're so grateful to have him with us. I know a lot of you can't see him. He's behind the pillar here. That's tradition here. And Harvey, thank you as always for helping to lead tonight. So we have a baby naming, and we also are going to have a bunch of high holiday melodies. And we're going to start off on page 662 with Achat Sha'alti. This is the psalm for this time of year. One thing I ask of God is, to be there, to be present with us. Again, 662.
Achat sha'alti me'et Adonai, ota avakesh. Achat sha'alti me'et Adonai, ota avakesh. Shivti beveit Adonai, kol yemei chayai. Lachazot benoam Adonai, ulitvaker beheichalo. Lachazot benoam Adonai, ulitvaker beheichalo.
I'd like to invite over Bruce Chorus to welcome you home.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and welcome home. Welcome into our spiritual home. We're back inside for the next, God knows how many months.
Don't remind us.
Cantor texted me today from her vacation. She said, look, I'll come back and do the technical setup if you want to be under the tent. And I said, no, that's okay, Cantor. Enjoy your vacation. We'll stay inside tonight, even though it's 75 and sunny. It's okay. Anyway, hi. Hi. She's been smiling at me, and not because she's pooping. I think it was a real smile. Anyway, luckily, we have Harvey filling in this evening, and Nick has slid over to the organ for tonight, which is a nice change of pace, kind of start getting us into the high holiday feel, which is nice. And Mazel Tov to Nick on his wedding, upcoming wedding. Did you bake cookies for the Onig tonight in honor of the... No, you didn't, did you? Anyway, all right, I'll let you enjoy the service. I'll be back later with the announcements. Even though it's a holiday weekend, we have lots of stuff coming up this weekend and moving ahead into the coming weeks. And then 2 weeks from tonight, we are in here for Erev Rosh Hashanah. It is fast approaching.
If you don't leave, you're going to have perfect seats here.
There you go, yeah. So, anyway, hi. All right, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Let's turn to page 125, and we'll read together in the English. I think this is appropriate instead of saying this week, we could say this summer. Where has this summer vanished? Is it lost forever? Will I ever recover anything from it? The joy of life, the unexpected victory, the realized hope, the task accomplished. Will I ever be able to banish the memory of pain, the sting of defeat, the heaviness of boredom? Please join with me. On this day, let me keep for a while what must drift away. On this day, let me be free of the burdens that must return. On this day, Shabbat abide. Help me to withdraw for a while from the flight of time, contain the retreat of the hours and days from the grasp of frantic life. Let me learn to pause, if only for this day. Let me find peace on this day. Let me enter a quiet world this day. On this day, Shabbat, abide. All right, we're ready for Natalie and her family. So why don't we have Ira and Shauna come up here with Natalie, and if the rest of the family could go over to our lower microphone, if that's okay. We're going to have you light the candles first on page 120, and all it requires is lighting a match. This is exactly what, in our home, my youngest was trying to, we have these bad matches in there, it never worked. Let's see. Here, I'll get it for you.
You gave him the trick matches this week, Rabbi.
Oh.
It wasn't just.
It's a little like changing a diaper. We're going to bring in Shabbat, bring it into our lives as Harvey will lead us in the blessing. 120.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner shel Shabbat.
So this is little Natalie here, just about 4 months old. And what a sweetie she is. She is the first grandchild on both sides of the family. So as Shauna said, she is going to be spoiled. She is receiving her Hebrew name today, which is so exciting for us. Her Hebrew name is going to be Chava Rivka. This is Chava Rivka. Chava is Eve, and Rivka Rebecca. And it's a very special name. And she is named after her Ira's grandmother, Rita. What kind of person was Rita?
Very nice. Very sweet. Very sweet.
When we name someone after someone, that person kind of like always watches out for them. So it's a wonderful thing. All right, we're going to invite you down to the rest of your family. And we have some sheets. If you come around the other way, like so you're facing the congregation. Oh, there you go. See, the aunt knows exactly what to do. All right, we're going to first have Shauna and Ira have a reading there. And just do it in the microphone.
Accepting our responsibility as parents, we welcome Natalie Rebecca into our home and family. We thank God for this gift of a new life, which fills our hearts with joy and our spirits with a sense of immortality. As she is a blessing to us, we pray that we will always be a blessing to her.
Okay, so we're going to have, you come around over this side. Is that okay? Good, sure. And then we're going to have the grandparents. What are you guys going to be? Grandma, grandpa?
So far, Grandma. Yeah, I know.
Our life too is enriched with the addition of Natalie Rebecca to our family. She is part of our own fulfillment as well. Promising to love her and share our future with her, we take her into our hearts.
Okay, then we're going to have the whole extended family offer a blessing, both that last one and then if you turn the page over.
Extend your shelter over her and give her love, health, and understanding. May she grow and live as to become a blessing to her family, the Jewish letter of scrolls bring warmth and comfort to your soul. May the syllables draw holiness from your heart, and may the holiness be gentle and soothing to the world.
I invite everyone.
Be passionate and learn there are more meanings, until life itself arrays itself to you as a dazzling wedding feast. And may your conversation, even of the commonplace, be a blessing to all who listen to your words and see the Torah glowing on your face.
We're going to invite everyone here to rise if you're able, and we're going to offer Natalie the priestly blessing.
Yevarechecha Adonai ve'yishmerecha.
Ken Tehi Ratso. May God bless you, Natalie, and watch over you.
Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'chuneka.
Ken Yehi Ratso. May God shine God's light upon you and grant you comfort.
Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yasem lecha shalom.
Ken Yehi Ratso. May God lift God's face to you and grant you and everyone around you peace. And we say, Amen. Mazel tov. We have a couple of things right in front of you, Shauna. If you could see, there is a little thing that has been put together that says that she got named, Natalie got named at Shir Shalom, and we have a certificate to mark the occasion as well. You may be seated. Mazel tov. What a beautiful way to start our service. We're going to turn to page 123 for Kiddush as we sanctify the day of Shabbat, and Harvey is going to lead us. Carl, hold it. You want it?
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzav techila l'mikra'ei kodesh zecher l'tziat Mitzrayim kivanu v'acharta v'yatanu kidashta mikol ha'amim v'shabbat kodshecha v'yava uvratzon hinchaltanu. Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh haShabbat.
Amen. L'chaim. A good vintage. We switched over to white wine. Over the years.
I think it's Moscato.
A Moscato, yes, in honor of the Moscatos in our congregation. We have a family named Moscato. Anyways, years ago I was told in rabbinical school, at every wedding, always make sure the wine is white. Because if, God forbid, it spills on the white dress or something like that. But all these years, I never took that advice for Friday nights. And finally I said to Joanne, you know what? Why are we taking a chance of this spilling on anything? So now we have white wine. Let's turn to it's the tricks of the trade, page 126, and we'll read together. I begin with a prayer of gratitude for all that is holy in my life. God needs no words, no English or Hebrew, no semantics and no services, but I need them. Through prayer, I can sense my inner strength, my inner purpose, my inner joy, my capacity to love. As I reach upward in prayer, I sense these qualities in my Creator. To love God is to love each other, to work to make our lives better. To love God is to love the world God created and to work to perfect it. To love God is to love dreams of peace and joy that illumine all of us and to bring that vision to life. What a beautiful prayer. We're going to welcome in Shabbat officially, page 138, with Lecha Dodi, as we imagine Shabbat as a bride that's going to be entering our community. We're going to sing the first, second, fifth, and ninth verses. On the ninth verse, we rise and face the doorway over there, bowing as Shabbat comes into the room, and then welcoming each other with either a handshake or a wave. Again, 138.
Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha lecha dodi, likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. La 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 la. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Zachor b'dibur echad, Ishmi'anu el hamichad, Adonai echad u'shemo echad, L'shem ol tiferet v'liti la 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 lecha dodi, likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shabbat lechu b'necha, ki mekor habracha, merosh mikedem nesucha, sof maaseh b'machshava techila la 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 lecha dodi, lecha hakal, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Kiva orech kumi ori, shir daveri, kevod Adonai alayich nigla la 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 lecha dodi, likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shalom ateret bala, gam b'simcha u'b'tzola, toch emunei am segula, boi kala, lecha dodi.
We welcome each other.
Pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi, likrat kala, Pnei Shabbat nekabela. La 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 la.
Lecha dodi, likrat kala, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la la la. We remain standing for our call of community. Look around, all of you are part of this holy community. Page 146 with the Baruch.
La 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 Baruchu et Adonai Hamivorach. Baruch Adonai Hamivorach, Hamivorach le'olam va'ed. Hamivorach, Hamivorach le'olam va'ed.
Let's read together in the English on the top of 149. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and seasons glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars, creator of the tide of time and light. You guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai, our God, from whom the evening flows. Baruch atah Adonai hamariv aravim. Page 150, Ahavat Olam.
Ahavat olam Beit Yisrael, Amecha ahavta. Torah u'mitzvot, chukim u'mishpatim, otanu limadeta. Al kein Adonai Eloheinu, b'shofbeinu u'b'kumeinu, nasiach b'chukecha, v'nismach b'divrei Toratecha, u'v'mitzvotecha, le'olam olam va'ed. Ki hem chayenu, ve'orech yameinu, uvahem negeh yomam v'laylam. V'ahavatcha al tasir mimenu li'olamim. Baruch atah Adonai ohev amo Yisrael.
Page 152.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto le'olam va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto le'olam va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai echad.
You may be seated. We turn to 154, V'ahavta.
V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol miyotecha. V'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha Hayom al levavecha, Vishinantam levanecha, Vidibarta bam, Vishivtecha beveitecha, Uvlechtecha vaderech, Uvishochbecha, Uvekumecha, Ukshartam leod al yadecha, V'hayu letotafot beinecha, Uchtavtam al mezuzot beitecha, Uvisharecha, Leman tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai, v'hitem kedoshim le'elohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim, liot lachem Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem.
Let's turn to the top of page 157 and join with me as we prepare ourselves for the Michamocha. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe that what we were taught before we ever stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternal Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together. On 158, the Michamocha, our Song of the Sea, and we're going to do it to our High Holiday melody.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar ba'kodesh, nora tehilot osei fele, malchutecha ra'u vanecha, bokei hayam livnei Moshe u'Miriam, Ze Eli anu ve'amaru, Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. V'ne'emar, ki vada Adonai et Yaakov, u'ga'alo miyad chazak mimenu, Baruch ata Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael.
That melody is the leitmotif for a lot of our evening services on the holiday, so let it sink in. You can feel it just a little while. 2 weeks, we'll have a full choir up here singing that in full voice. I invite you to rise if you're able, and we're going to continue with our own silent prayers, which begin on page 164 through page 180. Whenever you're ready, you may be seated, but take time really for your own private prayers and thoughts. We're going to continue with our prayer for peace at the bottom of 180, Oseh Shalom.
Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'imru Amen.
Nice, Harvey. That's a melody we haven't done in a little while. That's terrific. Thank you. Thank you, Nick. Nick, actually, we weren't sure. There's a number of curveballs we threw at you, and well done. That was wonderful. We're going to be turning to our prayer for healing on page 371. As is our custom in our community, we go around and I'm going to read our list from the community that anyone, if you call Nancy in our office, we can make sure to get names on our list, and that's a good way of thinking about people that are in need. And we also you'll have an opportunity to say prayers. I want to say in particular Sue Hill over here. She has procedure tomorrow. We're sending lots of, sorry, you don't go by Sue Hill anymore, do you? Sue Frank, sorry. She's had a lot of last names, sorry. Sue Frank, we are thinking about you, and hopefully these prayers will help. We are thinking as a community of Frima Ackerholt, Bob Bosido, Eric Bernard, Stephen Bernstein, Kim Brodsky, Colleen Cohen, Shelley Cordiero, Sue DeAnthony, David Denzel, Nancy Durkin, David Ferrestein, Joe Frendina, Sue Frank, see it's right there, Michael Gettings, Marlene Glickman, Carolyn and Ernie Grosser, Colleen and Ruth Kane, Ken Kellick, Mark Nightinger, Miles Levy, Fanny Markel, Joan Ohlendorf, Sharon Phillips, Maddie Rinzenberg, Shaul Rossi, Brandon Ryan, Lorenzo Stewart, Judy Van Horn, Elaine Fishelewski, Mike Wheeler, Alexander Woods, Colette Zappia, Nahum Ben Yisrael Vachaya, Hanan Ezra Ben Shul. If you have other names, just raise your hand.
Fatami Bat Shlamit.
Darlene Lloyd.
Brian Cato.
Roberta Friedman, Marshall Friedman.
Gail Ackerhold and Evan Feldman. Jim King and Howard Morton.
I'm going to put my mom in there, Lynette Lazarus. She has an infection and hoping that she gets back on her feet. We're going to bring all those prayers into our hearts. And we'll sing 371.
May the source of strength, who blessed the ones before
complete healing of body and soul. May our prayers go out to all those in need, those amongst us and those around that we're turning our attention to. And may they be guarded by God's presence and never feel alone. And we say, Amen. All right, I have a very important question for you. Very important. How many of you like desserts? How many of you like desserts a little too much? So here are the top desserts in the United States. Cheesecakes, cupcakes, Jell-O, carrot cake, apple pie, ice cream, brownies, chocolate chip cookies. I've noticed there's a lot of cookie places that are going up, so I think those are especially popular. When we think about desserts, especially amongst our ancestors, they didn't look anything like the desserts we have today. When we look in the Torah, the desserts looked a little like they're pretty healthy. They were grapes and figs, pomegranates and dates and apples. Those are all the different sweet things that were mentioned in the Torah. But probably their primary dessert, you know what it was? Honey, which is kind of cool because we always say that we start the Hebrew letters learning by putting honey on it. So honey was the thing that really was their primary dessert. There's another dessert that's actually mentioned that they ate throughout the time in the wilderness. They needed a little sweetening, a little fattening up. You know what that dessert's called? Manna, right? When manna is described in the Torah, it is described as like coriander seed, white, and the taste was like wafers made of honey. Yeah, it sounds a little like the desserts we'd find. There actually isn't a great word for dessert in Hebrew, but one of them comes from, there's two separate words that are used because it's kind of new things. Mana, achrona, the last portion is dessert, or kinuach, which means to wipe or dry something, because dessert wipes away the food from the rest of the meal, right? So I mentioned dessert because this week we have the primary mention of dessert within the Torah, outside of manna, which is the first fruits. This week's Torah portion, Ki Tavo, begins with the verses in Deuteronomy 26, verse 10 to 12. When you enter the land that Adonai is giving you as a heritage, and you possess it and you settle in it, you shall take some of every fruit of the soil which you harvest from the land that your God is giving you. Put it in a basket and go to the place where your God will choose to establish the divine name. This is called Bichorim, the first fruits. And it's usually a ceremony that we attach to the holiday. What holiday, Harvey? Shavuot, yeah. Harvey knows everything. So Shavuot is our Feast of Weeks. That's 7 weeks after Passover. And that is when we traditionally think about the first fruits. And that's actually a good time, because if you go to Wegmans, in May or June, you start seeing the really, really good fruits that are starting to appear there. But actually, when we say first fruits in a ritual sense, it has become the confirmation. That's usually how it's done. The young people, usually 10th graders, that come and affirm their Judaism. They are our first fruits. And I think that's kind of a mistake, because we are not talking about the dessert quality. It's about giving up. Actually, most sacrifices in the Torah are meats and grains. This is the only one where they're bringing fruits to the temple. And the key word that I read, you shall take some. Did you hear that? Some of every fruit. I was thinking about that word because can you imagine all of the Israelites coming with their first fruit, all of their first fruit from the first trees, and bringing them to the temple, it probably would be way too much to be able to have at one time. Those poor priests, what would they do with the fruit? As you know, often doesn't last very long, so that would probably not be a good idea. So the rabbis actually pick up on this word some, because in the Torah it says me reshit. The mem means from. So they ask the question, what exactly does this mean? How much, what does some of the fruit actually mean? So they have a couple of suggestions. The first is, you don't have to bring all of your fruit, which is what I said, which that's a great idea. But there's another idea, which is the quality of the fruit. Maybe you should only pick the best of the fruit. This is your fruit that you're offering, so pick the best. Rashi goes further and talks about the fruit when you're walking in, and you've probably had this experience, usually in a supermarket today, but you're in the field, and most people were farmers back then, and you see that first fig of the year. You know how exciting these aren't the figs, the dried figs. If you get the actual figs, or if you've been to, how many of you have had Israeli figs before? They're really good. They're very juicy and big. They sell some version of that in the supermarkets today, and I highly recommend them. So when you see that fig has ripened, he binds a piece of straw around it as an indication and says, "This is my first fruit." I love this idea, because when you are waiting all winter long for that fruit to ripen, and then you see it and it's there, and you tell yourself, that isn't for me, that is for God. That's quite a sacrifice that you offer. One of the reasons that I really, really love this idea of celebrating our desserts is usually when we think about desserts, we think, ugh, I can't believe I ate that, right? There isn't anything really holy about them. We've been taught to, I think in our society, we're taught to really feel guilty about all kinds of sweet foods. So what if we turn that around and we made desserts holy in a certain way? What a great idea. So what would that mean to do that? What would we be giving up when we're offering our first fruits? Would it be like the kids on Halloween when they collect all that massive amount of candy? And my kids, they get these sacks of they've learned over the years, they go get their pillowcases, and they go out to the very generous neighbors, and they scope it out. They know, because year after year, it's the same neighbors, maybe it's one of you guys, but that has like full candy bars, right? Not the little ones. Some of them, they spend like $100 on candy bar, and they give those out to all the kids they know, and they come back, and we have enough food not only for 1 week, for 1 month, definitely for a year or more. And guess who eats that food? This is a terrible idea. But the dentists in the area often have come up with a solution, which is bring it to me, and I will, there's like an exchange that happens. It's really brilliant. So that's one way that we can think about how we might give it up. I was thinking of some other things. How about bake sales? How many of you participated on a bake sale? That is offering your desserts, usually to fundraise for something that you believe in. That's a wonderful way. Another way is just to have a potluck, or what we're going to have later is an Oneg Shabbat, a time where we're often sharing our gifts with one another, sharing it together, and so that kind of sanctifies it. So when Joanne goes out and bakes, as Bruce always says, bakes all of her baked goodies, she is doing it because it's like her way of doing this ancient ritual. When we think about this Torah portion, let's try to imagine what we would do. This time of year in particular, when we're at the end of the Jewish year, this is our dessert time. We want that sweetness, because when you take that sweetness at the end, it encourages you. That's the reason why at the bar mitzvah tomorrow we're going to throw candy. there is a sense of accomplishment. It's a way of encouraging us. Let's feel the full sweetness of this time of year. May we go into the holidays truly drinking that apple and honey and tasting that sweetness of the year that we just celebrated with all of its hardship, but also its joy. And go into this new year full of joy and inspiration, as we should, feeling the goodness of all the many desserts we will eat in the year ahead. Right? I think I scared you there. All right, we are going to be singing a prayer for the holidays on page 662. This is our prayer of return, Hashivenu. We sing this in the Torah service, but it is also a way of bringing our souls, bring our full selves back into the new year. To rise for Aleinu on page 586. It's not enough for us just to pray. We need to go out and make this world better.
Aleinu l'shabeach
Adon hakol ha'tekdula leotzer breishi shelo asanu k'yeh haratzot v'lo samanu Mishpachot Adama Shelo Sam Kelkenu Kahem V'gor Aleinu Kechol Hamonam V'anachnu Korim U'mishtachavim U'modim Lifnei Melech Malchei Hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Page 591. Mar Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu yiyeh Adonai echad u'shemo may be seated. We turn to our Mourner's Kaddish, page 598. We had a sad loss that I heard about today. Kim Brodsky, that's the wife of Jeffrey Brodsky. It was very sudden. She was only in her 60s, and I know there'll be a service for her later in the week. But our thoughts and prayers, if you knew Jeffrey and Kim, wonderful couple, and a very, very sad loss, and our thoughts are with him. We also lost Annette Callett this week. She was a longtime member of Temple Beth Am and then Shir Shalom, and she moved out of the area in 2018. If you go to the JCC, the tennis courts are named after her husband, Calvin. We're also thinking about Mary Elizabeth Caracello, the mother of Anne Marie Caracello, Richard Posner, James Stetzel, the brother-in-law of Jay Mesnikoff, and Carla Weissman, the mother of Cindy McCulloch. On our yard-site list from years past, we remember Herman Arbeit, Betty Barker, Elizabeth Bell, David Budak, Eugene Chertok, Yetta Shergel, Theodore A. Cohan, Joseph DeVita, Manya Dudak, Isidore Feld, William Goldberg, Erwin M. Harvey, Phyllis Jasnek, Willard Johnson, Elizabeth Kessler, Louis Colliden, Fred Krieger, Emil D. Laufer, Herman Levine, Jeffrey Lyons, David Margulis, Robert Miller, Warren Mitofsky, Patricia Nimieski, Ralph Olshan, Adele Organic, Ida Reback, Pauline Reingold, Tilly Seitz, Harry Smith, Shirley K. Sperling, Leah Sugar, Robert L. Victor, Helen Whale, and May Weil. If there's other names you'd like to offer, just raise your hand.
Marilyn Miller, Sheila Alfaso,
All those whose custom it is to rise will rise together of page 598. Yitgadal, V'Yikadash, Shemei Rabbah, V'Alma, Divrach, Hirite, V'Yamlik, Malkute, V'Chayechon, V'Yamechon, V'Chayeda, Chol Beit Yisrael, V'Agalav, V'Yizman, Kariv, Yimru, Amen, Yehei Shmei Rabbah, Mevorach, Le'olam, Olmei Almaya, Yitparak, V'Yishtabak, V'Yitpar, V'Yitramam, V'Yinas, V'Yitadar, V'Yitalev, V'Yitalal, Shmei Dekudesha, Brecha, Leila min kol berchata v'shirata, tush v'chata v'nechamata, tamiran v'yalma v'imuramin, yehi shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'imuramin. Oseh shalom v'imramav, huya seh shalom, aleinu v'yal kol Yisrael v'yal kol Yisrael toveh tevel v'imuramin. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, to all the world, and we say, Amen. You may be seated. Zikranam Livracha, may their memories be for a blessing. Bruce Chorus will give us the announcements. And Mazel Tov again to baby Natalie. What a beautiful job she did at services today.
And Shabbat Shalom again, everyone. As the rabbi just said, Mazel Tov to Natalie Rebecca Myers and her family on her naming. She stayed awake the entire service, even during the sermon. That put her ahead of a few people sitting around the room tonight. I'm not naming any names, Dan Kester, but she was great. Oh, look, the announcements. She fell asleep for the announcements. There's no accounting for taste. Anyway, she's beautiful, Mazel Tov, she's wonderful. She really is just a beautiful baby. Also Mazel Tov to Spencer Weinstein and his family on his bar mitzvah tomorrow morning. Thank you to Sheila Bernard Tucker with some help from Jill Hamilton for service for greeting this evening. Thank you, of course, to Rabbi Alex, Harvey Horowitz, and Nick Stelzer at the organ tonight for a lovely service. Thank you, of course, to Bagel J's for providing 2 delicious challahs for us every Shabbat. They are truly appreciated. Tomorrow morning, virtual Torah study at 9 via Zoom. The Shabbat morning service and bar mitzvah of Spencer Weinstein will be here in the sanctuary at 10:30. And there's also a Shabbat morning service at Canterbury Woods at 11 o'clock. So it's a busy morning tomorrow. Thank you to everyone who supports our Shabbatas. Our next one is a week from Tuesday. That's September 12th. So make sure you place your pre-order in advance so you're guaranteed of getting one. And thank you, as always, to our very valuable Shabbatas volunteers. Now that we're back, 7 o'clock services, that's going to be the norm here on out. Next Friday night, we are going to have football kickoff Shabbat because the Bills will kick off their season. So that will be a lot of fun. I assume we can wear our favorite.
Yeah, definitely.
Wear Team Spirit. We'll make that a Team Spirit shirt.
Hawaiian Bills shirt.
You know what? I just got one as a gift. I do. It's hideous.
I was just guessing.
It's hideous, but it's gorgeous. So yes. But yeah, wear your Bills gear in honor of football kickoff Shabbat. Also, the Oneg Shabbat next Friday will be sponsored by Gail Willig-Smith and Richard Braddis in honor of the yahrzeit of her mother, Clarice Sis Willig-Snitzer. That's like what the rabbi was talking about in his sermon, celebrating, desserts. We have onigs every Friday night, and they're sponsored very often in honor of a wonderful occasion. Tonight's is sponsored in honor of the baby naming. They're also sponsored in memory of someone, which is another celebration. It's a celebration of someone's life. So when you head over for the onig tonight, think about the fact that we celebrate. Of course, we're Jews. We eat anyway, so it's okay. Speaking of food, all this month, our Tikkun Olam team is collecting non-perishable food that will help support our high holiday food drive, which, as you know, we have done for many, many years, collecting a lot of food for originally the Food Bank of Western New York, now for Feed More, and the need continues to grow. So the fact that we continue to do that is very, very important. Speaking of important things, the Tikkun Olam team is also sponsoring Sheila's project, which is a walk to prevent suicide. She's inviting congregants to walk with her or to make a pledge. The walk is September 23rd at Canalside. Sheila will be happy to answer your questions after services. High holiday tickets mailed out. Joanne obviously was in a hurry to go on vacation. With the way she worded this, was mailed out at the end of next week. Okay, high holiday tickets were mailed out to members in good standing, so they should be arriving shortly. If you have any questions, call the temple office. It will be closed Monday for the holiday. And of course, we look forward to sharing the high holidays with you beginning 2 weeks from tonight. You may have noticed the lobby is a bit of a mess at the moment, but making great progress. I mean, Sheila's been out there scraping and painting, and she's not there yet, but we will be. We'll be ready in time for the high holidays. But major work being done out there, including carpeting from Mr. Balsam over there. So exciting things happening in the foyer. Other events upcoming, they're in your service leaflet. Be sure to check it out. If you need anything, please feel free to reach out to the rabbi. Not the cantor this week, not Joanne this week, Todd or myself. We are, of course, always here for you. And please join us as we celebrate for the Onig Shabbat, which is sponsored by Sandy and Jack Myers in honor of the naming of Natalie Rebecca. She's almost waking up for that. Almost. She's precious.
She was really watching Harvey. I love that.
I just think it's great. She stayed awake through his sermon. I mean, yes, Terry, what's up?
I think you already made that.
Hang on a second there. Oh, great. For those of you on the stream, Terry was saying we will have Buffalo Bills yarmulkes in our gift shop.
I think Terry's saying she's volunteering to take over the gift shop. Is that what I heard?
That's great. Anyway, adult and children's size Buffalo Bills yarmulkes to wear with your Buffalo Bills Hawaiian shirts. Shabbat Shalom.
One key thing is next Saturday night we do have slichot. You need to RSVP to get the details, but we're having a more casual one, and I'm very excited about it. So in order to get the actual address, you need to RSVP. But we're trying something new, and I hope you'll join us.
It is. It's. I think it's in your leaflet as well, if I'm not mistaken. But it's a much more casual outdoor slichot. It's at someone's home. You'll need to RSVP to get the address. But it should be a real interesting evening. So that's
we got it.
A week from tomorrow.
We planned a lot this week, and I'm very excited about it, actually. All right, we're going to conclude with Adon Olam on page 625.
Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Asher Malach,
Asher Malach,
Terem Kol,
Terem Kol,
Yitzir Nivra, Li'et Nasa, Chefetzo Kol, Azay Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam, V'acharei
Kiklo Tako, Levado Yimok Nora Adon Olam, V'hu Haya, V'hu Hoveh, V'hu Yiyeh B'tifara Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Adon Olam,
Asher Malach,
Asher Malach,
Terem Kol,
B'terem kol.
Yitzir nivra.
Hali.
Beit nasa.
Leit nasa.
Chefetzo kol.
Azai melech shemo nikra Adon Olam.
Vehu
Echad v'yein sheni. Lahamshilo lahachbira Adon Olam. V'li reshit, v'li tachlit. V'lo ha'oz v'ham yisra Adon Olam. Adon Olam. Asher malach. B'terem kol. Azai melech shemo nikra Adon Olam. V'hu Eli. Goali. V'tzorchet li v'yetzara Adon Olam. V'hu nisi umanosli. V'nai kosi v'yom ekra Adon Olam. Asher malach. B'terem kol. Leit nasa. Azai melech shemo nikra Adon Olam. B'yado avkid ruchi. B'yetishan v'yayira Adon Olam. V'im ruchi kibiyati. Adonai li v'lo yira Adon Olam. Adon Olam. Asher malach.
B'terem kol.
B'terem kol. Azai melech shemo nikra Adon Olam. Chala. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. As you came in peace, please leave in peace and return your prayer books to the rack minus the leaflet. Shabbat Shalom.
All right.
Nice.
Yeah. Should I go ahead and turn off the lights in the room?
Yeah, keep the microphones on.
Take care. Have fun.
better